Good morning, everyone. Welcome to your regular scheduled morning workout talk, brought to you by Literary Pharaoh. Today, it's a high of 82, low of 72, mostly cloudy, humidity in the upward 60s, and I sound like a weatherman, a meteorologist. You know, those meteorologists, they're not really doing anything special. They're just basically reading what they're being told by the weather manipulators and the weather controllers. There aren't any, there's no science to what they're doing. Because it's easy to predict the weather when people are controlling it. They can give you a forecast because they're the ones that are controlling it. Again, I'm endorsing www.geoengineeringwatch.org. Go to Dane Wigington's YouTube page. The guy is watch this documentary called The Dimming. If you are into stuff like that, it really sheds light into how evil this world really is, and how we are viewed, and how important we think we are. We're not really important. We are very disposable. We're like roaches on the planet to these controllers. And as I've said before, these controllers, they cannot just applying common sense. I don't have any evidence, but I don't have to have evidence. I have a brain. It's more than money. A lot of the times when I talk to people, the first thing that they go to is, oh, it's greedy, it's about money. But even if it's about money, why would you destroy your own habitat? If I'm greedy, why would I burn down my own house to steal money from the people I live with? You know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't destroy where I live. I wouldn't annihilate my entire ecosystem. The entire web of life is in the balance. It's threatened. So that's why it cannot be a human agenda. It has to be an extraterrestrial agenda. And whoever is in control of harming the planet does not give a damn about the planet. It does not give a damn about the people on the planet, because they don't care about the planet. They're not from here. They're not housed here. Now, when you hear when you guys hear the narrative of, Elon Musk, trying to do something to go to Mars, and let me let you guys know something about Elon Musk. He's another puppet too. Trying to figure out the truth that's spewed forth from the, annals of mainstream media. It's a chore in and of itself. It's difficult because when something is provided to you in such an easy manner, you have to question it. You say, what do I mean by that? Exactly what I just said. This life is hard. 50 Cent once said, it's easy to die, living is hard. Finding truth is hard. Accepting lies is easy because it requires no thinking. It requires the dumbing down of the brain. It requires a degree of submission and just it's kind of like the cousin of death. It's just giving up and just whatever I'm told, I just go with. No, we don't do that. The age of enlightenment, the age of Aquarius. This is a time for us to attempt to wake up. It doesn't mean you're going to know everything, but damn, just don't accept everything lying down. When a woman is being violated, she doesn't just sit there. She tries to fight off her attacker. Put up a fight, for crying out loud. All the people, majority of them, that are used to be the poster child of some nefarious agenda are all puppets. All right? Epstein, puppet. Puff Daddy, puppet. Joe Biden, puppet. Trump, puppet. Doesn't matter if you like him or not. It's not about who you like. Get your damn emotions out of it. Any public figure that's touted as some type of representative of some bigger ideal. Because when I hear people say, "Oh, you know, Biden did this," Biden doesn't do anything. Biden is equally as insignificant as the manure that comes out of my asshole. He's nothing. He's nothing. All right? He's walking excrement. He's senile. That's assuming that he's still alive. That's assuming that the guy that you guys think is Biden is actually there. But I have my own conspiracy theories about that, but I'm not going to, divulge that right now because, that you guys will think, "Oh, this guy's crazy. He thinks Joe Biden is dead, but I see him on the TV." That's how ignorant we become. We're like little children. When you're a little kid, when you used to watch action movies, you thought, you think that, that stuff is cool. People get shot, but not realizing that in real life, when people get shot, they die. What you're watching on television is not real life, people. It's a figment of your imagination. It's an illusion. It's a programming system. That's why it's called channels. That's why you're being channeled. That's what it's called television. It's a television to program your vision. They're all puppets. I think at one point presidents did have a degree of power, but especially after the assassination of JFK, I think everything after that was just a matter of selecting men in power to push an agenda of the lobbyists, the bankers, and the manipulators. It's all a big web of connection. All right? They're all puppets. Elon Musk is a puppet. He's not smart. He's not this intelligent guy that's no. If you watch the story, if you look back and do some research, he stole everything. He manipulated the real, just like even Mark Zuckerberg, the Facebook guy. He's a puppet. These guys are not the originators of anything. What they've done, they've manipulated people and taken things from other people. They're thieves. They're corrupt. So you gotta understand, the United States of America is the most corrupt country in the world. It's the most corrupt country in the world because it poses as a beacon of freedom and opportunity, and that's what they sell. The land of the free and the home of the brave. No, it's the land of cowards. All right, it's a land of captivity and a home of cowards, because they're too afraid, which is a trait of being a coward, to tell us the truth. Because if we knew the truth, we would overtake this tyrannical government and we would take control of our own lives and stop this effort and this futile, ambitious journey of wage slavery that we all seem to be inundated with. Most of our lives are centered around our damn jobs, not our family, not around the things we love. It's around work. Life has become so meaningless that the essence of life in and of itself is about work. And then don't forget to go to church on Sundays to preach to your European Savior, because after all, by the sweat of your brow, thou shalt eat. It's nonsense, man. Puppets. You're not going to see the real people shown. Puppets. It has to be a puppet, because the puppet is the proxy. The puppet is the mask. So you don't see the blemishes beneath the mask. You don't see the snakes, the worms, the devils that they're actually in control. And none of them are human. None of them. There are governmental documents that date back to the 40s and 50s of United States governments having interactions with extraterrestrials. Classified documents. Some have been declassified. But once you declassify a particular document that reveals a little bit of extraterrestrial involvement, you better believe that it's been more than what's been unveiled. Definitely be. It has to be. It has to be more that's been unveiled. Do you think they're going to tell us everything? Going to tell us everything? In order to control people, you have to keep them in the dark. You have to keep them in the dark. Keep them in the dark and give them a fake sense of light, a fake sense of enlightenment. It's nonsense, guys. It's nonsense. Yeah, man. It's nonsense. Total BS. You know? So, yeah. All puppets. And the fact that the idea that they were selling us on Matrix Media, the idea that, hey, you know, there are people that are trying to go to Mars and do this. And then when we hear that, we think, oh, that's just nonsense. People aren't really going to go there. Okay. There are people coming from Mars coming here. Because sometimes in order to understand your current situation, you almost have to look backwards. The Sumerian tablets speak about so many civilizations of another planet. So many other civilizations of other dimensions that have landed here on Earth via through time travel, with their advanced tech. They come here like a vacation just to see how stupid we are. They do. Like, when would these people wake the hell up and see what's going on? They're fighting each other. They're wars. Oh, they work like slaves. They work to eat. Oh, this is what they do. We're so much at the bottom level that even the gods we worship. Actually, do you understand that when you look at because there are multiple dimensions that exist, and some of you guys may not be into that stuff because you're just so myopic and narrow-minded that you think that, oh, 6,000 years ago God created the planet and God created humans and that's it. And if you believe that story of Adam and Eve in the Bible, then I can't help you. That you should just get off my channel and go, I don't know, go to church. Today's Wednesday, go to Bible study and keep learning your Bible. There's so many dimensions that exist that emanates from source. And in all of these dimensions, right now we are in the third dimension, one of the lowest dimensions. And you can tell because the way we live, we still have the idea of government. Like the higher you go in dimensions, there is no governments because people are elevating at such a high frequency that they can govern themselves. They don't need controllers. And one of the most basic principles that gives evidence to you living in a very lower dimension is the idea of worshiping a god. If you do research into the other dimensions, the higher you are, there is no God to worship. You're not worshiping anything, you just exist. The fact that people are groveling at their knees and begging for God to do this for them and do that for them, that shows you how low we are as a civilization. And what makes it even much worse is that people have gone to war and shed blood over their religious beliefs. Research, not me, not Literary Pharaoh, research has shown that there's been more deaths that have come on the basis of religious dogma than any other motive. Yeah, we understand there's other ancillary reasons why people go to war, but at the base of it, it's about religion. It's about, this is my land, your belief, my belief. This is the way the law is supposed to be because Sharia law says this, or no, this is the Christian way, or we're gonna kill people till they convert to Roman Catholicism. I mean, if you go throughout history, most wars are fought because of religion. But I find it ironic because most religions tout themselves as being a religion of peace. Until you have a group that doesn't believe what you believe, then it becomes a religion of violence. So you see the paradox and the conundrum there. Does it make sense? Either you're peaceful or not. You can't be both. You can't admit one theme of love when it's convenient and then admit the theme of violence and hatred and killing when it's convenient and then justify it with your religious books. I mean, most of these guys were murderers and murderous. How can you be a god and you're killing? These were not gods, people. These were extraterrestrial beings posing as gods. Wake the F up, man. There's no other god but me. Are you serious? Why does a god need to say that anyway? You know, yeah, there may be no other person like you, but you're not a god because you have a creator. And the creator that created you has a creator. And if you keep going up and up, little kids used to always ask me this question. This is when I was back in my Bible believing days. They would say, well, if God is this, who created God? And I'll be there like, well, no one created him. But the kids, they're like, but somebody has to create him. Because they understand that if you're giving this entity a gender, obviously he has to come from somewhere. Because kids are simple-minded. You have boys and girls. They don't get into this transgender, all these other mixtures. They're not. We complicate life. Life is pretty simple. All right? They're like, hold on, I'm a little girl, but you're saying this God is a man or he. So, if it's a man, then who created him? Does God have a mommy and a daddy? Oh, no one created him. Yeah, someone did create him. That's why he's not a God. The thing that you guys are thinking that's a God is called source. It doesn't even go by the term God. We in this third dimensional realm are the ones that are dumb enough to start labeling things as gods. No, you have the ability to be everyone is their own God in a sense. I've said that millions of times. And I don't mean God in the way that, religion looks at the term God. Not some overseer that controls everything. I am God with some big ass beard in the sky or something like that. No, none of that BS. Simple. Let's make it very simple to the point where we can actually articulate it to a 3-4-year-old. We are the generators. That's the term G. That's what G stands for. If I could, give it to you in an acrostic fashion, it'd be G for generator, the letter O for organizer, and the letter D for dispenser. Generator, organizer, and dispenser of our own realities. That's what makes everybody a god within their own dimension. Now, there's certain things that we can't do. We can't defy certain laws of nature. We can't, there's certain laws of physics that we are bound by in this third dimensional realm. Like, I can't just go around flying like Superman and levitate and do all that stuff. That's not what makes a person a god. If I saw somebody doing that, I would either A, say, okay, you have special technology to allow you to do that, or B, you're operating at a frequency that's so high that I can't comprehend it. But that doesn't mean that I'm going to bow down and worship you, because you are a created being as well. The part of the Red Sea wasn't something that's a freaking miracle. It was technology used to part the sea. They're even doing current experiments now, how you can use sound. There's a sound and I forgot what they said. It was sound. They can use sound and some type of radio wave technology to move water. Okay, it can be done. We just don't understand it. So as primitive thinking people, as simpletons, we just, oh, we don't understand that this must be God. We're God. No. We're easily fooled and manipulated, and we're just like that today. Especially things we see on television. We're just so damn gullible. Adults and children alike. But the children, I give them a pass because they're children. Can't be an adult thinking like that. You know? So yeah, it's we are our own gods within your own section in what you are. All right? We generate, we organize, we dispense our own reality based upon our thought process, based upon how we live and how we govern ourselves. When people say, there's got to be a higher power, there's always higher powers, but the higher power doesn't mean that higher power is your God. Higher powers simply means a being that's more advanced than you, that's far more intelligent than you are. Light years much more advanced than you are. But then again, that power that's more advanced than you has another power that's more advanced than it. It doesn't stop at us and then something else higher than us, because that other thing that's higher than us has something else that's higher than it, until you keep going all the way to source. I don't know what to tell you guys. I know it's hard. It's a hard concept to wrap your head around. But that worship gene is real. It's a worship gene. That gene is real. When I read the Sumerian tablets and it talks about how the creation of the Homo sapiens was done, us, how there was a worship gene that was inserted in us, but we also have the ability to turn that worship gene off. It was put in us by Enlil, but Enki came behind him and said, "Nah, I'm gonna take that out. Give them the ability to turn that off." I had to let these people know that they're not some animals. They have divine essence in them. Enki, the one that you guys think is a snake, the bad guy in the Bible, is actually the good guy, according to the Sumerian tablets. Since we want to go by stories, the Sumerian tablets outdate the Bible by thousands of years. They're tablets. In Sumeria, a civilization that existed before the printing press existed. Let's put it that way, because the Bible is copyrighted. You can't copyright the words of a divine being. That's to give it away right there, that the Bible is nothing but a fairy tale book. Does it have some good stuff in it that you can live by? Of course. I'm not saying that the book is evil, but what I'm saying is that to tout the book as some book of truth that has the truth of human existence and the truth of human history, you're fooling yourself. There's so many gaps in that damn Bible and so many contradictory statements. Which is why the book of Proverbs, which is a book that was stolen from Egypt, from the libraries, that's why wisdom is personified as a woman. But then people will say, oh, wisdom is personified by Jesus. But it clearly says wisdom is a woman, because the feminine energy was an energy concept, was a frequency that the Egyptians, they venerated. They understood that the power of a woman was something that to be not necessarily worshipped, but was something to admire. Which is why they viewed the idea of a God having the essence of feminine energy, because we know even from the reality that we live in, that females have the ability to nurture, to give birth to a child. So the nurturing element of nature, to help them in their culture, it make them think that it had to be some type of feminine power or feminine energy out there to provide living, because they equated it to the way that they lived. They knew that the man would plant the seed inside the woman and the woman would give birth. So whenever it rained, they gave that kind of veneration to the feminine aspect, to the feminine energy, to the feminine frequency. That's how they thought. They thought that way. So when you talk about wisdom and people who are praying and meditating, that's all feminine energy. War, and aggression, that's male energy. They looked at things in that dualistic concept. That's the way they view things. Still God, man. Not God over you. You're your own God. Now, once you start doing that, then you're done. You're done. We are all source. We are all source. That's what makes everyone a God. because Source is living, is having its existence, not even a his or a her, because it's not a gender. Source is having its existence being played out through multiple dimensions and multiple states of consciousness in multiple planets, and just collecting and collecting and collecting data, which is why the idea of a God being everywhere at once is it's true, because we're everywhere at once. Humanity is everywhere at once. We're all over the planet. So Source is everywhere. If you go to another planet with different beings, Source is also there too. It's called Source, guys. It's not some God that's worried about your basketball game. Oh, I'm going to pray that we win today. What do you mean pray that we're going to win today? Your Source has nothing to do with that. How about you work your ass off and work hard and beat your opponent? Like, be a God, generate your own reality and work hard. That's why most people who are deep into religion are unhealthy, they're undisciplined, they're always praying and waiting for some savior to come save the damn day. Oh, it's the devil that made me do it. Demons in my life. There's always some damn excuse. The sense of accountability is gone. And if they do something wrong, it was a devil that was tricking my mind. I stay far away from those people. Far away from those people. And then you have the people that are deemed to be successful by the world's metric, because success to me, it's an arbitrary term. To me, it's whatever you want it to be. I don't think success is all about money. But let's use the world's metric for this conversation's sake, and just say, oh, a person is successful with money. Then they start attributing it to, oh, God blessed me. So what about the person that doesn't have money like you? Did God curse them? Well, God didn't curse them, but God has a reason. See, everyone has a way of justifying the stupidity of the idea of some benevolent sky god, i.e. God out there that has the best interest of humanity at play. And then the country that governs people in corruption says, in God we trust. Man, God is whatever you want it to be. What I'm trying to tell you guys is to be your own God and govern yourselves accordingly. All right, man, it's getting close for me to get inside this gym. Thank you guys for indulging me in another morning workout talk. All right, thank you guys.